Well, first of all, I think we ought to be clear about the facts. Most of you, judging by your ages, know a lot more about this than I do. But my impression is that the new technology is bringing about illiteracy, not literacy. I can see it directly with, I get a ton of email, constant flow of email. I noticed a couple of years ago that there's a change in the character of the email. A lot of it is very short. Some of it is so short it actually fits in the subject line. And somebody pointed out to me it's probably Twitter things. These are, what this illustrates is something much more general that's going on among especially younger people. And younger means a lot of people from my point of view. There's a tendency towards abbreviation. Like my grandchildren, when they write a letter, it's texting. Just get a couple of symbols on the. I notice my own students, they don't read as much as they used to. I used to, years ago, if I made, say, literary references in class, students usually know what it is. Now, much less. Actually, one of the gurus of the new technology, I've forgotten his name, said recently that with contemporary advances, we don't need things like War and Peace or Proust any longer. We can do it very briefly, This is something that I think it's already happening. It's even being studied. There are some studies of literacy among college students over a longer period, and it is reducing. There's much less reading of independent reading of, say, literature, and much more focus on things you can do very quickly and briefly and so on. There's even some studies, preliminary studies by cognitive neuroscientists, which may indicate that there are neurological changes taking place as an effect of the reduction of the rapid stimulation and the kind of stimulus hunger that comes with it, and the restriction on attention spans that come from the new technology. I think it's a double-edged sword, in other words. The new technology does offer the possibility of achieving greater thought and understanding, but it also can reduce it. I don't know about you, but if I read something on, say, Kindle, it's very different from reading it in a book. You read it in a book, you think about it, you go back to the earlier page, you pay attention to it. If you're reading it on Kindle, you're just trying to get it. It goes through your head so fast you don't remember what was in there. I think that's a kind of a dangerous phenomenon. As far as what education can do, I think it should try to cultivate the values of thought and reflection. It doesn't matter how fast you read. There's no advantage to reading fast. You have to read thoughtfully and carefully, and that's the way students should be induced to look at the intellectual, artistic, other treasures of the world. But I think they may have to combat the new technology.